Hi, my name is Tom Dierlein. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Thundercat Technology. I've been asked by a few folks to share my journey and what led to me being combat wounded. So what I want to do over the next few minutes is tell you a little bit about Thundercat Technology and then share a bit of my journey that led to my injury. Thundercat Technology, well, the name is from my call sign in Baghdad. Thundercat 6 was my call sign in Baghdad. Thundercat 6 is a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business. We're currently ranked number 60 on the Solution Provider 500. Recently been named by Forbes one of America's most promising companies. We're what's called a VAR, classically been called a VAR, a value-added reseller. And we focus on technologies in and around the data center. So storage, cyber, networking, applications. Our customers are mostly in the public sector, and they run the full gambit across the federal marketplace, including DoD, Intel, and civilian. We represent best-in-class technologies. That allows our approach to be independent and objective. What we rely on for our competitive advantage is our talented group of engineers and our account managers who have years and years of experience and multiple certifications across numerous disciplines. So that's a little bit about Thundercat Technology. It's in our name, technology, but that's not our purpose. Every single employee at Thundercat Technology understands what our true purpose is. And our purpose is to make the United States a better and safer place for all Americans. Here's our core values that are formed from TCAT. We're talented, committed, accountable, and trusted. Our vision, we really gain people's trust through our expertise, integrity, and innovation. And any success that we have as a company or as a team is because of this laser-like focus we have on our clients' missions and needs. So that's about Thundercat Technology. I want to share a little bit about my personal journey. I first entered the military in 1985. I'm a 1989 graduate of the United States Military Academy at West Point. Went on to be an infantry officer, airborne ranger. Spent 3 wonderful years at the Berlin Brigade, had a bunch of great assignments, learned a great deal that led to much of my success throughout my career. But I chose to leave at the end of that tour, so I left the military in 1993. And I went on to have a successful civilian career in sales, sales management, and eventually in entrepreneurship. I mentioned I left in 1993. I wasn't in the reserves, the National Guard, I didn't drill, I never had a uniform on, didn't touch a weapon for 12 years. In the fall of 2005, I was called out of what's called the Individual Ready Reserves, the IRR, and I was called back into service for 1.5 years. So after a quick stop at Fort Jackson and about 6 months at Fort Bragg, including the JFK Special Warfare School, I deployed to Iraq, more specifically Baghdad. I was a civil affairs officer for Sadr City. I wasn't kicking down doors and chasing bad guys. I was actually involved in economic development, reconstruction, governance. I was actually an executive coach for the newly elected government officials, and a lot of humanitarian aid as well. Here we are doing a food drop at a local slum next to a brand new fire station. In September of 2006, I went out to protect some of my contractors that were being shot at. And at that point, we got out to the area, there was no one around. We were getting ready to leave. I gave the signal for us to circle up and get back in our Humvees. And at that point, I heard a loud explosion, and I went flying backward. As I went flying backward, it appeared to me that my legs were not coming with me. So as I fell flat on the ground, I felt like I had been cut in half. I thought maybe I had triggered a roadside bomb or something. Well, this is where the story sort of gets interesting, because I'm laying there, afraid to look down, figuring I'm just going to bleed out and I got about 90 seconds to live. And my buddy, Drew Corbin, pictured here, calls out to me, Tom, can you walk at all? Well, that was the greatest question I'd ever heard, because I thought I was in half. He wouldn't be asking me that question if I was in 2 pieces. So I looked up and I said, no, I can't. He goes, all right, let's get you out of here. I said, hold on, let me throw smoke. He's like, no, wait. But I took smoke off of my chest and threw to obscure the area so they could evacuate me out. Well, the rest of the story, he says, you idiot. Later when he heard me tell the story, he goes, you idiot, I wasn't calling out to you, I was already kneeling next to you. I'm trying to save your life and you threw smoke in my face. The injury itself, so I ended up at Walter Reed. What had happened was, I got shot by a sniper. Here's the sniper round, and this is a model of my pelvis they made about 2 weeks later at Walter Reed. The round came in over my iliac crest and it shattered my left pelvis. It tumbled through and it shattered the sacrum, which is that triangle at the base of your spine. Then it tumbled through and shattered my right pelvis. So I spent pretty much the better part of the next 2.5, 3 months flat on my back, waiting for my bones to knit, and then learning to stand and walk again. It was good. We had tons of really great visitors, including some luminaries in the political sphere, including international leaders as well. Once that recovery period was over, it was then time for me to move into my rehab stage, and I chose the Tampa in VA. They had a spinal cord center and a polytrauma center. The thing that was unique about that, or that was excellent about what they did, is once a week they had a multidisciplinary meeting where even if it was 5 or 10 or 20 minutes, you sat down in a room with each person from each of your disciplines, and they went through where you were and what you were going to be doing that week, so that the left hand knew what the right hand was doing. It was a full, holistic view of your recovery. I really enjoyed my time down there. I spent about 3 months down there as well. So about almost 4 months at Walter Reed, and then about 3.5 months at the Tampa in VA. And so that's my story, a little bit about my personal journey and what led to the founding of Thundercat Technology. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Take care.